What is really wrong with implementation of EPERA? Does the Philippines benefit from this act? What part of EPERA fails particularly in the Mindanao energy sector? Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Marius Gailey and this is my presentation for this summative one. Let's start with a question. What is EPERA? Electric Power Industry Reform Act mandates the Energy Regulatory Commission to promote competition, encourage market development, ensure the consumer's choice, and penalize abuse of market power in the restructured electricity industry. What is really wrong with the implementation of EPERA? In December 2013, Senator J.V. Erceto said that after 12 years, the EPERA law has failed to dismantle the cartel and provide an inexpensive supply of electricity. EPERA also failed to protect consumers from the sudden increase of power generation change and to lower electricity rates. According to Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, Sonny Angara, and Vicente Soto the third also pointed out that the EPERA ran counter to its goals and of ensuring affordable and reliable supply of electricity through competition. Trillanes filed the solution to probe the power rate hike. The, the unabated increase in power rates, concentration, and the threat of another power crisis were the result of EPERA, which for the past 11 years produced nothing but escalating rates and diminishing power supply. Uh, Second question. Does the Philippines benefit from this act? In fact, achievements under EPERA, the reforms, the reforms resulted in the significant improvements in the Philippines electric industry, which include the following. Number one, improved reliability, quality, and affordability of electric supply. Since the Page EPERA, supply of electricity has been adequate to ensure consumers continuous access to electricity. The proportion of households experiencing power outages also dropped dramatically according to NSO 1995-2004. Moreover, the country has seen a generally declining electric price in real terms after passing EPERA. In, in 2015 alone, said prices declined by 8.38% relative to its 2000 level. In general, while the power rates in the post-EPERA regime are still higher relative to their levels before EPERA was implemented, the rate at which these prices increase is much more in post-EPERA regime. The real electricity prices have also diverged across customers starting in 2001, driven by removal of cross-customers subsides, which is in line with the pursuit to have prices reflecting the true cost of services delivery in the power sector. Commercial and industrial prices also posted a decline of 11.7 and 21.75% respectively, relative to their 2000 level. In contrast, residential prices increased by 3.87% during 2000 to 2015 period, although the growth rate is significantly lower compared to 1990 to 2000 rate. Number two, increased number of electrified household. Before EPERAS, only 76% of families had to access to electricity according to NSO 2000. The figure went up to 91.1% in 2015, up by 15 percent points. Number three, improve efficiency both in a generation and transmission sector. Using the data from National Electrification Administration, his study noted a negative correlation between average power costs and load factors for all electric cooperatives, suggesting that an optimal structure of resource mix is in place. Meanwhile, the situation in different in Mindanao when the government continues to dominant player in generation sector. Last question. What part of Epera fails particularly in the Mindanao energy sector? Uh, it will be Iligan City, Philippines. According to an energy advocacy organization, the Electric Power Industry Reform Act has caused the government to lose control of the electricity industry, which is why private business can now boost power charges whenever they choose. The power rates will continue to rise, which will inevitably damage not only individual families but will also continue to erode Mindanao's economic advantage. The Electric Power Industry Reform Act of 2000, which liberalized and privatized the power industry, was aimed at bringing down power rates and improving the delivery of supply through greater competition and efficiency. High electricity costs and power disruption, particularly in Mindanao, continue to be customers lot more than a decade after law's passage. To safeguard customers and ensure inexpensive energy, various consumers and activities groups have asked for the repeal of EPERA and reintroduction of government regulation of the power business. Consumers in Mindanao will have to pay more starting in July because power cooperatives will be employing modular generator sets to handle power issues caused by Lake Lanaw's dropping water level. The Agus hydroelectric system, which supplies the majority of electricity to Mindanao grid, is based on Lake Lanao. The state the state generator, the, the National Power Corporation, has implemented a Mindanao-wide load of restriction system, which has resulted in daily power interruption of up to 8 hours some places due to the lake's dropping water level. While the Iligan Light and Power Corporation will not be deploying modular generator sets, it will have to hike power tariffs by around 3 pesos per kilowatt hours due to increased costs from electricity supply contract. It has two Arsons consolidated firms. Because of the supply shortage, Iligan Light Iligan Light and Power Corporation Customer Service Supervisor Kinan Eric Boagas stated that distribution company had to buy more electricity from other sources. And